Hauser always believed love and music followed the same rule. If you cared for them honestly, they would never abandon you. For years, his cello sang beside his heartbeat, and his girlfriend, Lena, listened from the front row of every small concert hall, smiling as if the music was written only for her. She was there before the applause, before the bright lights, before his name meant anything to strangers. But fame changes the rhythm of life. As Hauser's concerts grew larger, Lena's silence grew longer. She still stood beside him, but her eyes no longer followed his bow across the strings. Late nights turned into unanswered calls, shared meals into empty chairs. Hauser told himself it was just the pressure of success, that love sometimes waits quietly. The night everything broke, it was raining. Hauser had just returned from a tour, his hands aching, his heart eager to rest. He found Lena sitting in the dark apartment, a packed suitcase beside her. The cello leaned silently against the wall, as if it already knew. "I can't do this anymore," she said, her voice steady but distant. Hauser laughed softly, thinking it was exhaustion talking. "We'll fix it." "We always do." She shook her head. "You don't see me anymore. You hear crowds, not my voice." Her words cut deeper than any criticism he had ever faced. He reached for her hand, but she stepped back. In that moment, Hauser understood the cruel truth. While he was chasing dreams, he had left love waiting at the door. She told him she was leaving, not for another person, but for herself. That hurt even more, because there was no one to blame, no enemy to fight, just silence. When the door closed behind her, the apartment felt smaller than ever. Hauser picked up his cello, desperate for comfort. But the strings felt cold under his fingers. He tried to play, but the notes shattered, trembling with grief. Music, which once healed him, now exposed every crack in his heart. Days passed. Concerts continued. Audiences applauded, unaware that every melody was stitched together with pain. On stage, Hauser smiled, but inside he was breaking. His cello began to cry differently, slower, heavier, filled with longing. People said his music had never sounded so alive. One evening, alone under dim stage lights, Hauser played a final piece he never planned to perform. It wasn't written for fame or success. It was written for Lena, for the love he lost, and the man he had been before ambition took over. When the last note faded, Hauser didn't bow. He simply closed his eyes, letting the silence speak. His heart was broken, but it still beat. And in that broken rhythm, a new chapter quietly began. One where Hauser learned that love, like music, must be listened to, not just played.